Hey all! Hi friends, Michelle here from The Soul Translator as well as Sensate Soul. And as you probably know from my channel, if you've been following along, thank you for that. I work with HSPs and empreneurs and sensitive souls as well as strong women to create the success and the life because of our sensitivities, through our sensitivities, and in connection with our soul. So today I want to speak just a little bit about trust, and also the idea of if it looks too good, it's probably not true. And I want to weave that one in as something that can get a little bit overprotective. So yes, I do have purplish hair now, if you may have noticed that, just as a sidebar here. I have been doing kind of a silver fun thing, and I just playfully put a dash of plum when I was playing with doing my hair teased stuff, and self-creation, self-identity, self-expression, and playful identity. I like to play with it. And now I've got this really fun purple hair. All good. So here I am in Queenstown in this gorgeous Airbnb house, and I want to show you the view here. You know what? I'm just going to get out of the frame here so we can show you the whole view. Look at that. This is in Queenstown, New Zealand. And while I'm at it, I want to show you a little bit of this gorgeous home that I'm staying in. All right. So let's get a nice backdrop here. Yeah, that works. Okay. So the reason I wanted to bring up this topic about trust and the idea that some of us can have, I know that I can have this, oh, well, if it looks too good, it's probably not true, or, don't trust it if it really looks perfect. Perfect said very loosely, very, kind of, not in the sense of perfection, in the sense of like, if it just really lights you up. Let's say that instead of perfect. So it's been an interesting experience. Here's where this is all coming from. It's been an interesting experience on this trip, noticing how my body, my energies, my gut, my energetic being responds to places that we're selecting to stay. Even responds to places that we are geographically visiting. And that may sound a little bit like, yeah, well, we're always, we are often in relation to our environment because it's all energy. And that's, quantum physics wise, that's, when people really feel like they have a sense of home, that's probably what they're really connecting to, is, I believe, is, the familiarity and the energetic quality, the frequency of a place and of the people that are there. Sometimes that can be also because, they don't want to change, or they're really, in their uncomfortable zone. And I talk about that often where, and in other videos, how our comfort zone then ends up being really actually on a certain level uncomfortable. And why also I'm doing this travel is because to break out of those comfort zones, to learn new things about myself and about the world, and traveling with my son. And part of it also for me is I'm curious about whether there is going to be a different place that feels energetically, spiritually, feels more like home to me. I love Oregon. It is a home, but I'm also a bit on this quest of exploring areas that maybe are going to be a place that I feel called to, a place that I feel is my soul home, not for the rest of my life. Maybe it would be, but where am I what am I feeling drawn to or called to next? So that is part of this whole journey and quest. That's part of the quest of this journey that I'm on. So with that being said, there's also this experience I've been having of when I'm looking at places to stay for my son and I as we're traveling, there's often imperceptible until I perceive it. There's a yes or a no in my body. This is also, I gotta say, I'm gonna do a little plug for muscle testing, because I use a lot of muscle testing in my work and teachings, because the body just can't lie. And often we have to get out of our head and out of our, the thoughts and the expectations and the mentality that we think we need to figure things out, and just get right into the body, sensate, sense, and use muscle testing. But I've been paying a lot of attention to, when I'm looking at places, hotels, or places to visit, or things to do, or particularly, let's use this example, like Airbnbs to stay at. I usually will have a full body sensation that pulls me towards one place or another, even if the prices are very different. Even if one is more costly, or even if one is less costly and looks like, this is too good to be true, this is a deal, are you kidding me? That can't be true, look at this place. So it's really, I've been paying attention to how there is that sensate reaction, or shall we say a sensate response, better said. But it is a physical reaction to different places, and how I have found that when I'm reacting from a place that is more in my head, that is that looks like, that's the really practical place to stay, and, that's the affordable place to stay, or, all of those different reasons and justifications. Those have been some of the worst places. Because I didn't have a lively connection to them. I didn't have any sort of, the frequency was off, the connection was off. And then the places where I really just felt that yes and said yes to, when everything else was not making any sense. And that's the other side of hashtag makes sense. Have been the most amazing places, and this is one of them. This place, I thought, this is too good to be true. Are you kidding me? With these like $1 million views, and in this incredible house, and it's not costing a lot at all. And I met the owner, and she's lovely. And it's really, it almost feels like a high-end, gorgeous hostel, because there's other people who are also staying here in the house, and I've met some really great people. Another mom and her kid, who's, I'm going to give a different view here, and her daughter, who's 5, are traveling. And it's just, the house has just a couple of rooms, but we're sharing the space here, and it's just been such a treat for our last week in New Zealand, and we're off to Ireland soon. So, yeah, there we go. So I wanted to add this video here, and just, if you need to have permission when something feels really like almost too good to be true, if you want to have permission to let yourself trust yourself, that to just do it, to explore it, to check it out, to commit to it, to say yes, consider this just a little nudge of permission. We can sometimes, that saying, oh, this is just too good to be true, can really come from a very protective and also pessimistic place. And for a lot of HSPs and empaths and sensitive souls, we do move through the world with a certain amount of caution, maybe more than your average Jane or Joe, because there's so much we feel and so much we sense and so much that we are picking up on, that it's just pretty natural to develop a level of protection on many different levels. That can be mental, energetic, emotional, and it's a big part of our work to trust ourselves and to unravel some of that hypervigilance of protection, so that we can truly let our sensitivities and our skills and our talents and the true who we are, the true self, come out and thrive and feel safe in the world, and connect and relate and share and be visible and take risks and do all the things that is part of your and part of my dharma, karma, all of those great words, but just to really show up in the world and to be your true self and to feel safe in the world and to feel safe inside yourself. And that takes trust. That takes trust of yourself. It takes trust of your emotional, energetic, empathic, sensitive responses and reactions to things around you, to trusting your gut, to trusting that sensate self, and to let go of some of that hyper protection, because the hyper protection basically is a defense, and it comes from fear. And yes, those protections were necessary, and in some ways, of course, are still necessary. And you learn to discern when the protection is helping you and when it is hindering you. And that's a lot of the stuff that I work with. One of the things that I work with in helping to empower sensitive souls and strong women and HSPs and preneurs. All right, so much love to you. Thanks for watching this video. And I want to just end on this last little note. Sorry, my nose is itching. On believing that you are too good to be true. Believe that, please. I'm today believing that for myself, that, you know what, I am too good to be true, and I'm good and I'm true, and so are you. So trust that. All right, so much love. See you in the next video.